So it's really great to be here and be at the first Mondomusica that's being held in the United States. This is my first, and it's great walking around and seeing all of the dealers and makers that I've been reading about for years and years and getting exposure that I never had. And I think it's great for the U.S. market and either collectors, aficionados, and musicians to also get a first-hand look at, in such a concentrated way. I was on the Violin as Sound Investments, forum, and the takeaways that the things that we discussed were, are violins sound investments? What are our thoughts around it? What are the risks associated with it? What are all the variables that need to be considered? And it was a pretty broad-based panel of makers, dealers, and then me representing, sort of the financial aspects to it. And the takeaway was clearly that violins over the years, over the long term, have been very good investments. One has to be careful. One has to do their research. One has to have the ability to either learn on their own or hire or engage the appropriate experts to make sure you're not making a mistake. But that being said, we think we came away feeling that violins do represent a good asset class, and bows, and there's a lot more room for investment than just Guarneri and Stradivari. There are lots of makers below that who are recognized, and we think there's lots of opportunity over the long term as a result of the supply-demand imbalance, as a result of endowments, foundations, violinists in Asia, demanding more and more of these violins. Every violinist aspires to playing a Guarneri and a Strad. The prices of those have really gone out of the reach of most musicians without the help of outside folks. But there are lots of wonderful violins that they are going to be aspiring to in the future. And the panel came to a consensus that that should result in a continued appreciation of these instruments.